being a book doula and supporting authors, like giving them, that space to really find their voice and to guide them through every step of the way is very much, I feel like it's very much like giving birth to a child. And
Mhm.
you need a team. You need a team of people. You've got, someone that's really like holding your hand like a doula would, because there's so many little pieces to the publishing process, especially if you're self-publishing, right?
Mhm.
And finding your illustrator and deciding which platform you're going to use, how you're going to distribute your book, like what are your aspirations and goals, and that really is going to determine like what path you choose, whether you self-publish or traditionally publish. And for me, having explored both routes, like I started off thinking, yeah, I'll do it traditionally. And I went to a couple of um, the Society of Children's Writers and Illustrators conferences in New Jersey when I was living there. And, I got the critiques from the editors from like, the big publishing houses. And, at the time it was like, oh, this is a niche market. Like I said, there weren't really a lot of books at the time. There were a couple, but um, I was a little bit discouraged. And also, I realized that I would kind of lose creative control if
Mhm.
I gave over the illustrations because I had this a very unique, like vision. Like, given that it was supposed to capture like the child's perspective, I really wanted the illustrations to, to just completely, embody that, right? So I decided, okay, let me give this a try. Like I'm gonna try to find an illustrator. That took quite a bit of time. So like
Mhm.
I've been through all the obstacles and all the, highs and lows of um, you know, self-publishing a book. And, after I published it, like I said, it took a lot of people and a lot of hands and a lot of support. I had some great mentors. I had people, beta readers, people who, read the book that I really respected in my field, who had been doing, similar work with children. And I figured, like at the time that someone asked me if I would, if I would mentor them, I figured I could do this, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'd never done it before, but it was just, it was the right time. And it was actually right around the pandemic. And I didn't really know what I was going to do for work because my daughter was like just had turned 2. And I thought like I'd go
Mhm.
back and teach in the schools. And that wasn't going to happen. So it
Nope.
was kind of like, okay, I got to shift this around. And I don't know, it was just amazing how the universe worked. Like I was on a podcast, similar to this, and I was talking about, the process and about my book, and someone reached out to me, and, the rest is kind of like, has been such an amazing process for me because not only am I helping authors to express their voice and find their unique voice and their reason for writing, but also um, I feel like I'm amplifying my like vision, and my vision. My vision has always been to spread yoga, mindfulness, social emotional learning to as many kids as possible. So this is a way for me to do that without me having to travel the world or write like a ton of books, which I still have some books in me, but this is the path that that has come. And I'm really excited because it's like each person and each teacher, author that I mentor, it has their own unique voice and their own community. And so we're out there in the world, spreading our magic, spreading our gifts, and really inspiring like a whole world of children and families. And that's really needed right now. So I feel good about it.